Grade 7 Social Science, History, Chapter 2, New Kings and Kingdoms, Part 2. In this part, you will learn about Ghaznavid and the political ideas and administration of the new kingdoms. Learning objectives: to learn about tripartite struggle, conquest of Ghaznavid, and the developments of new kingdoms. Word builder: children, please learn these words and its meaning because you will come across these terms in the video. Tripartite, comprising three parts. Garrison, a group of soldiers living in and defending a particular place. Tripartite struggle for supremacy over Kannauj. Children, see this triangle. So I think you have got an idea. Gurjara Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas, and Palas. So I think you have got some clues who created this struggle. So these are the three kingdoms who were the reason for this tripartite struggle. Let us see in detail. During the long reign of King Harshavardhana, Kannauj became the center of all political developments in North India. Due to its strategic position, Kannauj became a center of trade and commerce. Children, trade and commerce means buying and selling, the commercial activities. So this is described as trade and commerce. The high fertility of soil. High fertility of soil is the soil which is very suitable for agriculture, which gives more production. Okay. The high fertility of soil encouraged agricultural growth. Therefore, the new kingdoms of this period wanted to control Kannauj. This period saw a long drawn struggle between the Gurjara Pratiharas of Malwa, the Palas of Bengal, and the Rashtrakutas of Deccan to establish their supremacy over Kannauj. This event is described by historians as the tripartite struggle. Its aim was to establish political supremacy in the region. The Ghaznavid. Children, these are the clues. These I have given like a hints. So let me give you explanation in detail. Muhammad of Ghazni was a Turkish conqueror who established his empire in Central Asia. Attracted by the riches of the subcontinent, he raided India 17 times between 1001 and 1025 Common Era at places like Punjab, Mathura, Multan, and Taneshwar. So these are the places which locates near Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Mathura in Uttar Pradesh, Multan near Pakistan, and Taneshwar in Haryana. His most daring raids were against Kannauj and Somnath in 1018 Common Era and 1025 Common Era respectively. Muhammad had no interest in conquering India or expanding his empire here, but during his numerous raids, he carried out away wealth and precious jewelry along with the artisans and learned men. So, he was closely associated with the rebirth of Iranian culture. So, he built and decorated the palaces, mosques, and tombs in Ghazni. Many scholars resided at his court. The most famous among them was Firdausi. He was the author of the Shahnama, which is the biography of Muhammad. Finally, Muhammad died in 1030 Common Era at Ghazni. Political ideas and administration. Political ideas and administration of these new kingdoms. The monarch was the head of the administration, the commander in chief of the army, and dispensed justice as well. The position of the king was usually hereditary. There were a number of ministers to advise the king on affairs of the state. They usually hailed from leading families and their position was often hereditary. Military organizations. So, military organization of these new kingdoms. Armed forces in these empires played a crucial role in the expansion and maintenance of the empire. Besides a strong infantry and cavalry, a large number of war elephants were also maintained. The largest number of elephants was maintained by the Pala rulers, while the Pratihara dynasty had the finest cavalry in the country. And the Rashtrakuta rulers had a large number of forts garrisoned by special troops. Troops means a group of soldiers or armed forces. Provincial administration. Here, children, I have given two set of provincial administration. One is for Palas and Pratiharas, the terms which they used for provincial administration will be same. But see to the right hand side, in the Rashtrakuta Empire, the terminology will be little different when compared to the other kingdoms. So let us see in detail. In these kingdoms, some areas were ruled by the kings directly, while the others were ruled by the vassals. VASSALS, vassals. Okay. Vassals means vassal are a group of person or a country who will act as a subordinate to a king. So, few kingdoms were directly ruled by a king and the other places will be ruled by the vassals who are act as a subordinate to one king. The vassal chiefs were independent in their internal affairs. They had to pay a fixed tribute and supply a fixed number of troops to the overlord. However, the aspiration to be completely independent led to frequent conflicts between the chief and the rulers. Now, coming to this new kingdoms. The directly administered territories in the Pala and Pratihara empires were divided into different provinces. But in Pala and Pratihara empire, instead of using provinces, they used the term Bhakti or Bhukti. And again, those provinces are divided into different districts. These districts are described as Mandala or Visaya. Children, in current India, how our India is divided into different states and further divided into different districts, same like that. The Pala Empire and the Pratihara Empire were divided into different provinces and further divided into different districts. But the term is different. The governor of a province known as Upparika had to collect revenue and maintain law and order with the help of the army. The head of the district was known as the Visayapati. Visaya means district, so the head of the district was described as Visayapati. The smaller chieftains known as Samantas or Mohapatis gradually merged with the Visayapatis over a period of time. Now, let us come to the Rashtrakuta Empire. In the Rashtrakuta Empire, a different terminology was in use for these concepts. Here, the provinces were known as Rashtras and the head of the Rashtra was known as Rashtrapati. The functions of a Rashtrapati were similar to that of the Upparika. The Visaya was like a modern district, while the Bhakti or Bhukti referred to a smaller unit. The Patala was the name of a unit smaller than a Vishaya. Example, let's see, if Vishaya means district, then Patala means village. Okay, the smaller unit than a Vishaya, smaller unit than a district, that means village. So, the Patala was the name of the unit smaller than a Visaya in the Pala and Pratihara empires. These units were created with the purpose of collection of land revenue and maintaining law and order. So, children, now in India, now in the present world, who will take care of law and order problem? Police. So, likewise, so in there, so they have a unit created with the purpose of collection of land revenue and maintaining law and order. Okay. Now let us see the village administration. The village was a basic unit of administration. The headman and accountant of the village carried out administrative responsibilities. There were village committees to look after local schools, tanks, temples, and roads, who worked closely with the headman. A village elder known as Grama Mahajana or Grama Mahathira aided the headman in his work. Children, you have come across these terms in grade 6. Grama is village, Mahajana, that is the great group of people. So, here in this new kingdoms, it denotes village elder. So, in towns, there were similar committees where the heads of trade guilds were associated with the administration. Law and order issues in towns and neighboring areas were addressed by the Kotwal. In the current India, a person or a group of people who take care of law and order issues are described as police. Like that, here that position was described as Kotwal. HOTS. Children, we have included one HOTS question. That is, you have read about many rulers in this chapter. Who among them do you think was an efficient ruler? Give reason for your answer. Children, write your answer in an A4 sheet and file it in your social science portfolio. Yes, we have come to the end. Let us see the continuation in the next video. Thank you, children. Have a great day.